Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm T with Teresa H Creates, and I want to do a flip through of my completed Sherlock Holmes altered book junk journal. I waited to complete this until after I returned from my trip to the UK because I knew I was going to be paying a visit to the Sherlock Holmes Museum in London, and I wanted to pick up some goodies or see if I could find some things to add to this journal. And I did, so I'll point those out as we go through. But here is the flip through. So this is A Study in Scarlet and Hound of the Baskervilles. It was a Reader's Digest compilation. And so this is the outside of the book. I haven't done anything to it. I won't do anything to it. I think it's perfect the way it is. I do have a bit of an alligator mouth going on, but all the best journals do. So let's open it up. Look at this. I had all of those laser cuts that I purchased off of Etsy, and I've put them everywhere. So Hound of the Baskervilles, and then here you go. And then I had a couple of Etsy digitals that I also incorporated into this. So here are some tickets that have little quotes by Sherlock. So those are a little bit fun to read. And then I did put SH on a lot of the corners of the pages for Sherlock Holmes, just because I wanted it to add a little something. Some of them just kind of felt a little blank to me. But I did go ahead and incorporate a lot of the pictures that were in the book that I ended up tearing out. Some I kept, but others were torn out, and I tried to incorporate those. So this was the ticket for the Sherlock Holmes Museum. So I made that into a little tag here. I added a few journaling cards and spots with bees on them because when Sherlock retired, he became a beekeeper. He was obsessed with bees. Let's see, there is nothing more deceptive than an obvious fact. And then here is one of the title sheets from the book, and this was The Hound of the Baskervilles. This one ended up getting torn out, but because of this nice reddish color with a little filigree on it, I kept it. There's nothing on the back of it, so it's a great spot for journaling. So those are mixed throughout. And then again, A Study in Scarlet and the SH, and just a little bit of a little scene here. It's little flips everywhere. I've got flips everywhere. There's a tab, it will flip. And the little profile here. All of this is great journaling space, the Sherlock Holmes collection. Here's this pocket, and in there is the part 1. I also turned that into a little journaling envelope. And then this guy right here flips down. I like this side up, my SH. And then this was the actual Sherlock Holmes Museum booklet that they gave you, I guess kind of like the guide, and it had all of this interesting stuff, all the little facts about Sherlock Holmes. And so that slides right up there. And then next, this was just a couple of the pages from one of the collections, the digital collections, and then I also snipped this off and added it, and I added a little ephemera down here. And here's another one that flips up. However, this one you have to remove the tag. So it's just a little tag, and it has a little pocket in here. So I've got a little scene there. And now that it's removed from the pocket, then this side will flip up, and again for secret writing or whatever. And I have this side up, so you know that that flips up. And then this pocket over here afterward, another little secret journaling spot. Lots and lots of journaling spots. I did create a couple of envelopes, so confidential, top secret. This is one of the postcards that I got when I was at the museum. I picked up several postcards. They were perfect for this. There's a pocket here with some items, this confidential top secret, file folder for journaling, and then the Scotland Yard. I didn't put a suspect photo. I had some pretty creepy photos I could have put in there of people who look like they were nefarious, but I thought it might be fun for whoever receives this journal to add their own photos if they wanted to. And then official business, important, these little side pockets again with the confidential top secret, evidence tag, another one of the little Scotland Yard, suspect photo here. And then this is one of the fantastic postcards that I got from the museum. And this one, it like just fits. So I have to be kind of careful with that. All right. And then this tuck spot here I made with book page and napkin. So I had some napkin that looked like a pound, and it had Queen Elizabeth on it. And of course, it was Queen Victoria at the time of Sherlock Holmes. So I just used the flag here that says London, and then the 20 pounds. There's a top hat. And in this pocket is part 2, the Country of Saints. And again, this little envelope opens up for journaling spots. And then there's this little haberdashery guide. I thought that was appropriate. Look at those silhouettes. These are just fantastic silhouettes. And then this pops open. I've added a little bit of ephemera here. Left lots and lots of journaling space. See, lots of hidden spots for journaling. They get covered up because that's what you need. You need top secret spots for journaling in your Sherlock book. I added this picture. This was not part of the book. This was a picture I pulled from some stuff I had because I wanted to give a nod to Irene Adler, who Sherlock referred to as the woman because she is the only person who I think ever bested him. So, and then there's the little silhouette there of the woman. So I wanted to give a nod to Irene, and then SHSH, Sherlock Holmes, just a cover of a book, but this is a pocket. And again, I made this journaling card out of book page and added that bee in there. And this is just a page I decorated using some of the ephemera and the digitals. I didn't try to make everything interactive with pockets and flips and things. Some of these I just, put down and decorated. And of course, whoever gets the journal can come through and post pictures on it, make notes on it, do whatever they want. But I've got this little tag here. I got the deer hunter's cap there, and then a pocket watch here. This picture remained in the book, so I just added a little bit of embellishment. And then this is one of our side pockets here. And again, I have another one of those. It was my sister, myself, and my love who went to the museum. So I had 3 tickets. So there will be 3 of them in here. They were fine with me keeping all 3. So that was the museum, and then Game of Shadows by Sherlock Holmes. And I did put the little deer hunter's cap there. And then I have just this journaling card that I made that has this bicycle on it. It's an old-timey bicycle advertisement. So, and then these are separate from each other, so you can go ahead and flip them over one at a time if you like. Again, with a little tag, just a little advertisement, and then 2 guys engaged in fisticuffs. And let's see, a telegraph that I marked urgent, just put some numbers and SH on here. Okay, this is one of my favorite layouts, one of my favorite pages. So if I remove the ephemera, let me remove it. All right, this is the secret archive. This was 1 sheet of paper because I wanted the whole sheet, but I also needed lots of pockets for this stuff. So this was 1 sheet of paper. If you open this up, then we have lots of writing space, this case number log and everything. So there's tons of writing space here, but I just loved the way this looked. And then now I've got pockets here, and I love taking the ephemera out so that I can actually see the full page. I really love that. And this says Secret Archive. So in this pocket over here, we have the report of investigation by medical examiner. We have an evidence card and then an evidence tag that I stamped received. And on this side, we have fingerprint identification card, another fingerprint identification card, but this one actually has fingerprints on it. So a blank one and then one that's been completed. And again, another evidence tag marked received. And then there's another telegraph page that I marked urgent with Sherlock Holmes on it. Look at this. I absolutely love these little silhouettes. That was just the neatest find. You open it up, there's some journaling. Here's a little journaling card tucked behind this English literature book set. And then here we go. This was just a horse stamp I made out of this journaling card. And of course, a little bit of music on this journaling card because Sherlock likes to play the violin. Sherlock Holmes is also very loyal to his queen, Queen Victoria, so I had to add a picture. It was a nod to the queen there. Sherlock Holmes, The Scarlet Thread of Murder, but it is a pocket. And then I've got, again, a little tag with the bees referenced there. This little silhouette, this flips up for some secret journaling spot. I absolutely love this paper and the way this looks together, but this is the bag they put my postcards in, so I had to keep it. I didn't want to tear it up or anything, so I just folded it over. So this is from the Sherlock Holmes Museum. The person who receives this can do with it what they want. I don't know. I may keep this one. I really like it just looking through it. Again, this page and this page, I left those pictures in there because I just really love those illustrations. So I just added the little profile here and another one of the hounds from the Baskervilles, one of the hellhounds. And then I had this sheet. And I wanted to keep it, you'll see, I wanted to keep it all in one piece. I mean, look at that. That was just a fantastic piece. I wanted to keep it all in one piece. I wasn't sure how, so I added it back in. And then on the flip side of it, I had a piece of tissue paper that looked like newsprint. So that's what I collaged on the back of this, and then it just folds up. So there you go. And moving on. Okay, next page. Oh, this was the second page to that museum notification that we got, that little handout. But I've got the little spyglass here. You flip this up. There's journaling spots there. And it says, to a great mind, nothing is little, Sherlock Holmes. So I like to put quotes everywhere. And then again with the beehive reference there. And then here's another confidential top secret pocket. And another postcard that I picked up from the museum. There's Sherlock in his home. The museum was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that. And then again with the pockets, instead of doing a side pocket though, I ended up making this one a top loading. So I have a tag and like a journaling card that I made from book pages. And those go in here. I love this little look. So I have this stamp set that has these animals that are wearing hats and suits and whatnot. And I don't know. It was very Victorian looking to me, so I had to include that. But I've got the bees there. I put the little steamer trunk here. There's a little clock there. And then the silhouette and another steamer trunk. This illustration was part of the book and it had come out and I just thought it was ultra creepy, so I wanted to put it back in. We've got the SH there. And then, okay, Mind Palace, because this was actually part of the collection with all this math, and it just kind of reminds me of him doing all his little calculations. I cut down one of those little tickets that has one of his quotes on it, and this one says, "It is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. Insensibly, one begins to twist facts to suit theories instead of theories to suit facts." I've got my Sherlock Holmes stamp. So this was his Mind Palace where he goes to figure everything out. And this was the little dog with the top hat like I was talking about. And this one, see, is the deer in a suit. I just thought that was hilarious. Okay, so anyway, those are pockets and I've got tags in there. Got another silhouette image there. And then this was a postcard that I picked up at the museum. And then one of the illustrations again, you flip it up, we've got the pipe, and then this was a book page. This was part of one of the digital kits. And then another silhouette here, but behind there is a pocket. And in this one, because of all the pipe references, I have this little journaling card that has all these little pipes listed here. And then I've actually got Sherlock and Watson sitting together. And then this is an island in the UK. So it's just a little map there, just a little something extra. Put the pipes back in there. That closes up. And then, okay, his decanter of alcohol, his liquor. This is a little postcard coupon that was included in a mystery box that I had purchased from Root & Company. And I just put book page on the other side and just put some numbers on it because I liked that it said mystery solved. So that's why I put it towards the end of the book. And then I've got the little silhouette there. And then this one is also from the Sherlock Holmes Museum. You get an idea of what that looks like. So you go into this door here and you get to go up all stories and view the layout that they have. And everything in the museum is from the Victorian era. And I'm telling you right now, I could never live there. The ceilings were low, the rooms were cramped. And if there were more than 2 people in a room, it was just not happening. I need my space. I'm not claustrophobic by any means, but I could not have lived this way. It was all too narrow, way too narrow. And then this was the actual gift shop part. So when you would come out, you could go in here and go into the gift shop. So it was a lot of fun. And then extract from the diary of Dr. Watson. I've got this pocket here. And then I've got a journaling tag, another little journaling tag. I've got this little advertisement for pen holders. And then here it says, "You have a grand gift for silence, Watson. It makes you quite invaluable as a companion." I just thought that was appropriate there. And then it ends just like it began. See? Same. And the end. So that was it. That is my completed Sherlock Holmes altered book. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about any of the techniques I used in the book and you'd like to see those demonstrated, I'd be happy to do that. Please put any of your questions down in the comments section and I'll be sure to answer those. Thanks for spending some time with me, and until next time, bye.